I'm Lady T506. Welcome to my channel. Hello, everyone's. I am here for Basketball Wives Season 7, Episode 16 or 17, The Reunion. So, all that mouth and attitude that Jen had in Amsterdam and in her confessionals, she decided she wasn't going to bring that to the reunion because she was so fearful of being attacked by these ladies. I was like, Jennifer, we know what you're doing. You was all bark and no bite. You was going all in your confessional talking about Malaysia. Girls in Compton can get their tail beat too. If you want some, you can get some. Run up on me. You had all this to say while Malaysia was being held back by several security and several of the people, but you decided I didn't want to bring all that energy to the reunion. I was like, okay, we got you, boo, because you wasn't going to do anything but come to this reunion without receipts that you always say you have, and you was gonna lie yet again. But this time you was just scared that other people was going to attack you, mainly maybe Tammy, Malaysia, and it seemed like Evelyn probably would have got a jab in there. But hey, you not there. Jagger tried to call you, you didn't answer. So she's like, I did my part. I'm not gonna be begging this girl to come on this reunion. At one point, Shauna's like, she doesn't know where she stands on Jen coming back next season. It's the next season because I can't, trust you enough to come to work. The reunion was a part of your work, and you couldn't even do that. So we have to discuss on the many outfit choices of OG, but OG says she doesn't care what people say about the way she dresses. It's simple. If I want to dress like this, that's my prerogative. I was like, okay. She said it. If I want to dress, this is my style, and I'm going to continue to do that. And I am not going to change for anybody else. But Tammy said, yeah, I was talking about the way the girl was dressed, but then I got to know her and I pulled her to the side and I look at girl. I said some things about the way you dress, the jiffy pop on your head, the thong you had on, and all them terrible outfit choices, in my opinion. But I'm going to let you know I said it, so be prepared. And she appreciated that. Now they asked her, what do you feel about Kirsten's relationship with Jen? And she says that she feels that Kirsten utilized Jen so she could get into, the inner circle a little bit more deeper. And myself, I felt that too. And a lot of other people felt it. Kirsten realized that Jen and Evelyn, they were the cool crew slash the mean girls. She wanted to be a part of that. Okay, if I want to get more and more scenes, I'm going to be a part of that group. Okay, I'm going to use Jen to help myself out. These are what I feel. This is what OG is saying, but Malaysia doesn't feel that, and Kirsten doesn't feel that. But she had to let them know that question was directed towards me, and that's how things looked to me, looking at the situation. I was like, yeah, OG, that's how it looked to me. Kirsten wanted to be a part of Cool Crew, and that's what she did. Kick Cece all the way to the side, but then want to make it seem like it was the way Cece was moving. No, you wanted to be a part of the cool crew, and you didn't want to step up to them and say how you feel because you were scared you was gonna get kicked out of that group. Okay, but see, Kirsten's going on about you can learn from people, and with the actions you make, and she's like, you're just regurgitating everything what I said to you when I said to let me teach you something. When I said that to you, it was like, you can't teach me nothing. I have a husband. I have a child. I'm grown. This, that, and the third. And it's just like, these are all the things you wanted. You wanted the husband. You wanted the child. But you were sitting there begging your man to propose to you while you sitting on the screen with your thong out. She going on, Kirsten going on talking about some, your man don't want you. And oh, gee, she had to hit it with, you're broke and your man doesn't want to have another child. Your man said that y'all can't afford another child while you was out here trying to get him to impregnate you yet again. Now, here's my thing on it, OG. You was asking this man, where are we going in this relationship? Which, if we 5 years in and we haven't even discussed us getting married, then I'm going to come to you like, okay, do you see us in the future being married, having children? Because if not, I need to step back from this situation because these are things I want in for myself. I want to be married. I want to have kids. And if this is not for us, then we should part ways now. I love you, but this is what I want for my life. But OG, like what's his name, Kwame, his decision was okay. Let's move in together. Now, if I'm wrong, correct me, but that he didn't say, okay, moving in together is the first step because at this point, y'all basically roommates. He could be thinking of this as like financially for us to be financially for me. Let's move together so we can just split brick like that. Now, hopefully, some point he's gonna decide that hey, I want us to be married, but until then, he's not. And you was, asking this man, almost begging him for y'all to be engaged or at some point. But then Christian, I'm gonna look at you right here. You wanting your husband to get you pregnant with y'all second child when you couldn't even handle your first child. You was being drugged all over the house, being run ragged by your 18-month old, but you want to bring another baby into this situation. Now, with babies, you got to have formula, you got to have diapers, you got to buy clothes every other month. It's going to be expensive, and your husband let you know, we're not ready for this. You wanted another baby, but you was already trying to get a nanny with just one baby. Like, where was baby at when you was in Amsterdam? When you always talking about some you so stressed out and all this stuff because it's one baby. Y'all was basically the same thing, both begging y'all man for something. OG was begging her man to propose, and you was begging your man to give you another baby. So Malaysia says how she didn't want her fear of the police to affect her children. So that's why she met with Officer Tommy, got to know him, and now she's working with the police in her community to, build a bridge between the police officers and the people in the community. Because if you know the police officers and they know you and know that, hey, just because you see me walking down the street with, a hoodie on my head doesn't mean that I'm up to no good. Like, if we know each other, then we're all going to be safe. Me, like, one Thursday out of the month, me and my mother-in-law, my husband, and my grandfather-in-law, we all go to the police station and have a meeting, and we discuss things that's going on into the community. That way we know the police that are patrolling our area and they know us and they can give us their perspective. We can give them our perspective. So I was like, that's good, bridging the gap between the police and the community so we can feel safe and not just be fearful of the police. So then we got to ask what changed between Evelyn and Tammy. Evelyn says things changed her a few weeks into taping this season, where she was getting wind that Tammy and Jen were plotting to try to take her down. But I was like, when did this happen? Because you and Jen this season, y'all was ace boom coons into this last episode. So if you thought that she and Tammy were plotting to get you, excuse that noise in the background, why was you still hanging around Jen? Backing Jen up when this whole rumor of you sleeping with Shawnee's ex. But you still blamed Tammy. And she goes on like, hold on. She's going on about how she only comes for people when they come for her. Like, when you put lies out on me, this is when I'm gonna say something. I'm like, you had so much to say to Tammy in your confessionals when Tammy could not even be in the scene, and you'll be like, I'm so glad Tammy not here. Tammy will be doing this. Tammy could be doing that. Ooh, I can't stand Tammy's old attack. So you had so much to say, and you sat there and said, if you don't come to me for me, I don't come from you, and that was a complete lie. So we move on. Kirsten is going on about how her relationship with Cece was so fine for the past 4 years. But I was like, but at one point you said your relationship was surface. I need to know which was it. Was it surface or was y'all good before 4 years? Because it seemed like everything was fine until y'all got on this season of this show and you switched up on Cece. But she's going on like, I sent Cece a text to tell her when we meet up with girls, let them know that I told you that this whole thing was a joke about the whole happy endings thing. But I like, it wouldn't have never got there if you had it just when they were saying it, like, look here, Cece, she's not like that. That's not cool for y'all to say that. But you didn't. You sat there while they kikied about how, well, we heard on the curve that Cece, she was doing all kind of happy endings with all these other people. Like me, I've never been to LA, but I'm assuming it's big. But like, how is it like you know this girl? She now that you know this girl's on this show, now all of a sudden you heard all these things that was going on, and she was doing all these happy endings. Like that just seemed y'all was talking trash about her, but just like, well, I sent her these texts and I have receipts right here. Well, I told her 100 times that happy ending thing was a joke. They going that back and forth. But I was like, if you had stood up for her in the beginning, we wouldn't be having this conversation. But Cece, she seemed she was doing a little backpedaling and like, well, I said this, but I didn't say this. Yeah, I said this, but I didn't say that. It was a lot of that going on. I was like, Cece, she seems like she's not made for that. Made for basketball wives, and maybe she shouldn't come back next season. Not that she's a bad person, but it's like she's not into the underhanded, backs. Y'all know what I'm trying to say. She not ruthless, and she can't come fast with the comebacks like these other girls. And maybe she shouldn't be on this show. Maybe she's a little too good for the show. Now, Tammy, she apologizes to Chad and his family and to Evelyn about what she said. She said it was wrong. But she also does let it be known that Evelyn was going, behind her back and plotting with the people she was working with. I guess trying, make it so she wasn't making money or trying to talk bad about the people she was working with. But Evelyn, I'm gonna need you. I'm just trying to figure out how is it you sitting up here talking about Tammy and her eggs and they fried and died and late. No, that's her. The how her eggs is all fried up and she can't get pregnant when you spent the better part of last season going through IVF treatments. Like, how is it? Yeah, you have a beautiful 4-year-old son, but when you try to get pregnant again, you had to go through IVF treatment. So, how is it that you're going to talk about Tammy having fried eggs when you needed IVF to get pregnant again? Can you please explain to me? I was not feeling that at all. Talking about some fried up eggs, but you was trying to go through IVF treatment yourself. Really, we're not gonna talk about people who have infertility troubles because you yourself was having infertility troubles last season. But Tam was like, you know what? It was a great season. It was nice working for you ladies. I'm out. I'm tired. I gotta pee and I'm going home. Deuces. I was like, yeah, okay, Tammy, just go ahead and leave. Because Tammy, she wasn't really in the, like, she was the first part of the season, but like, she's like, I'm not doing this no more. Ain't enough amount of money in the world that's gonna keep me and sit here and have these girls. Like, I've been trying to be their friends all these years, and I'm just tired of it. And she leaves. But I'm just gonna say this: if Tammy wanted to hurt Evelyn the way Evelyn feels that Tammy was trying to hurt her, she would have told her all the stuff that Jen said about her daughter and her parenting skills, in a sense. Because if you saying that Evelyn, now y'all can't tell me that Jen told Malaysia, yeah, Evelyn, she was a bad mama. Her daughter was out here doing this, that, and the third while she was out there clubbing every night. You can't tell me that she didn't tell those same things to Tammy. Now, Tammy wanted to be evil and wanted to mess up your friendship with Jen. She would have told you those things, but she didn't. I'm just saying. So Evelyn says that Tammy needs to stop putting things in the universe that are not true. Things about her health are lies. And that's a concern for her. I'm like, you're not concerned about Tammy. You can't stand Tammy. You was happy that she was leaving. Like, how is it that you are not cool with Tammy, but you know everything about Tammy and whether the things she's lying about in her health? Because if y'all ain't talked in 5, 6 years, how you know so much about her? Can you tell me that? She knows the truth about her. I'm like, child, please. That was the gist that went on. If I left anything out, by all means, leave a comment or video response. But I'm going to say, Evelyn, you don't like Tammy. And if Tammy really wanted to hurt you and break up you and Jen's friendship, she would have thrown those things out there. Just saying. So that was a just. If I left anything out, by all means, leave a comment or video response. Like always, I'll thank my subscribers and the people watching my video. I want you to like this video, comment, and subscribe, and share this video with your friends on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and here on YouTube. This is Lady T signing off. Have a good one.